everyone. Today I am going to discuss mammalian cloning vectors. Cloning vectors is a small piece of DNA that can be stably maintained in an organism and into which a foreign DNA fragment can be inserted for cloning purposes. First cloning experiment involving mammalian cells was carried out in 1979 with SV40 virus. Gene cloning in mammals is carried out for three reasons. First one is to achieve the gene knockout, which is important to determine function of an unidentified gene for production of recombinant protein in mammalian cell, and in gene therapy in which human cells are engineered in order to treat a disease. So, some viruses based cloning vectors for mammals are: first one is SV40. This virus is capable of infecting several mammalian species following a lytic cycle in some hosts and lysogenic in others. Its genome size is 5 to 43 base pair. It contains two genes, early genes and late genes. Early genes are expressed early in infection that codes for proteins involved in viral DNA replication, while late genes are those genes which codes for viral capsid protein. Next one is adenovirus. Adenovirus is a non-enveloped icosahedral virus that contain linear double-stranded DNA genome whose size is 36 kilobase pair. It enables the DNA fragments of up to 8 kilobase pair to be cloned. The transcription of adenovirus genome occurs in two phases, early phase and late phase. Its transcription is accompanied by a complex series of splicing events. This is the adenovirus genome. Both the ends of genome have 100 base pair inverted terminal repeats, which are called as ITRs, that serve as origin of DNA replication. There are some advantages of using adenovirus that are: it has high transduction efficiency, its insert size is up to 8 kilobase pair, it has high viral titer, and it infects both replicating and differentiated cells. While it has many disadvantages, like its expression is transient, viral proteins can be expressed in host following vector administration, and in vivo delivery hampered by immune response. Third one is adeno-associated virus. This virus is not related to adenovirus but often found in some infected tissues. It is a member of parvovirus family that contains single-stranded DNA genome whose size is 500 nucleotide. It it make use of protein synthesized by adenovirus in order to complete its replication cycle. It has an unusual property of always integrating at same position, that is within the human chromosome number 19. This virus has two genome, replication and cap genes. Some advantages of using this virus are: all viral genes can be removed, it is safe and transduction of non-dividing cells, and it has stable expression. While disadvantages are: small genome size limits the size of foreign DNA, it is labor intensive production, and status of genome not fully elucidated. Fourth one is retroviruses. Retroviruses are most commonly used vectors for gene therapy. Retroviruses are the only animal viruses which integrate into the host cell genome during normal growth cycle. There are two classes of retroviruses that infect humans. First one is HTLV, that is human T cell leukemia virus, and next one is the lentivirus. This vector enters the cell and RNA genome is transcribed and integrated into the host cell genome. Gene of interest carried by vector is transcribed and expressed by cellular machinery. The vectors are used in the preclinical and clinical research in two ways. Cells are removed from patient or animal treated with a vector and returned to animal or patient, that is ex vivo therapy, while next one is the vector are directly administered in vivo, usually physically close to site where therapeutic effect is desired. Now, retroviral genes are of three types: GAG, POL, and GAG gene encodes for the capsid proteins, POL gene encodes for the reverse transcriptase, while N encodes for the surface transmembrane proteins found in the envelope. This is the retrovirus genome, which contains the GAG, POL, and gene, and it contains some LTR regions. Advantages of using retroviruses are: it is the stability of integration of viral genome into the host. It allows for the long-term expression of the integrated foreign gene, and it only allows the expression of desired genomes, and hundreds of patients have been treated by using retroviruses. Retroviruses represent a highly efficient mechanism for transfer of DNA into the cells. Some disadvantages are the random nature of integration process. Much effort has been directed into making suitably safe vectors. Last one is the papillomavirus. Papillomavirus have relatively high capacity for inserted DNA, and it has it is particularly attractive because it has an unusual infection cycle in mouse, and papillomavirus has a capsid protein surrounding a circular double-stranded DNA of size 79 kilobase pair. 69% of genome is important for viral function, whereas 31% can be replaced by foreign DNA sequence or our gene of interest. Recombinant papillomavirus is constructed by ligating our gene of interest and papillomavirus vector onto PBR322 plasmid, thus integrating shuttle vector containing plasmid, ORI site, and virus replication sequence. Here are some advantages of using papillomavirus, that is generation of permanent cell line, it has stable plasmid number, and it allows the selection of transformants. While disadvantages are it has high risk of toxicity and it is most expensive vector to be used till date. So thank you everyone.